Hello YouTube, it is your boy B3 here, back with another kicking graphic novel trade comic book type review. Today we have one, I'm sure you guys have been expecting, The Mighty Thor, Volume 1, Thunder in Her Veins. Yeah, so this is when the Jane Foster Thor went back to number 1 post-Secret Wars, because everything went number 1 post-Secret Wars for some reason. Even books that had barely been going, such as Thor, Spider-Gwen, Silk, etc. It's called The Mighty Thor now to help with confusion. So if you want to start post-Secret Wars or continue after Volume 2 of just Thor, then The Mighty Thor, Thunder in Her Veins is where you'll want to be, which is Volume 1. So, it's actually better than the last 2 volumes. I really enjoyed it. Once they reveal her identity, they can really start to do more. So that's nice. I mean, I just farted and it's fucking rank. But yeah, Jane Foster is trying to treat her cancer, and the hammer undoes it all. And then there's this war amongst the 2 types of elves, the light elves, the dark elves. She's trying to fight that war while Odin's also kind of being a tyrant on Asgard. She's public enemy number 1. Freya's in a goddamn cell. Odin's son is missing. Odin dissolves his Congress. Dissolves the Congress. His brother, the god of fear, is doing more ruling than he is, really. So the civil war erupts. And then there's a Council of Darkness, or whatever the fuck that Malakath is in charge of. And Loki's doing a bunch of stuff in this book too. Has a little scuffle with Thor and his own dad, his real dad, Frost Giant. Excuse me. But he fights on Freya's side in Civil War, and of course betrays her, stabs her in the back, poisons her. And the Civil War kind of ends when that happens, because both sides do respect her. Malakath marries the Queen of the Light Elves, to get a peace between their 2 peoples, and then he jails her, so now he rules both the elves by himself. All kinds of crazy stuff. But there's this awesome fight between Thor and Odin, which is just crazy. It shows where Odin's son is by the end as well. He's trapped somewhere, and he could sense his mom dying. It's a really good volume, you guys. Sorry, my throat's kind of sore. But yeah, it collects Mighty Thor 2015, 1-5, by Jason Aaron, Russell Dauterman, and Matthew Wilson. It really is a good book. I'm very happy to have it. The 2 you'll want to read before it are Thor Volume 1, The Goddess of Thunder, and Thor Volume 2, Who Holds the Hammer, both of which I have already reviewed. But the art, quite excellent, very good art. They have definitely gone out of their way in the recent couple years to make the comic Loki look like Tom Hiddleston, so more people with vaginas will read the books. Not that that's a bad thing. But I mean, the whole cancer reversing thing is really interesting, in my opinion. And she's just my girl. Jane Foster's Thor has breathed such a great new life into the Thor books. And if you still want to follow the adventures of Odin's son, he's got his own title too. Appears often in this book. Well, not this specific volume, but you know what I mean. And all around, it's just a pretty dope book. Jane Foster is a great Thor with new powers. More of them we'll see later, like when the hammer manifests into Jane Foster, which is pretty cool. But yeah, that's it, and I cannot wait to get into Volume 2, but next time we won't be doing a Thor book. Let's reach into the bag of mystery. I have this bag full of graphic novels, and see what's next. My bet is, Venom Volume 1 Homecoming. Yeah, so we're going to do this brand new Venom book next. Really excited for this so that we can get into Edge of Venomverse and all that good stuff once it's out on trade and etc. But, yeah, that's it. Thank you all very much for your support. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out all the cool links in the description below, Facebook, Twitter, etc. And just remember to check out The Mighty Thor Volume 1, Thunder in Her Veins. It's a very good book. I really enjoyed reading it. I really, really did. So that's it. Thank you all once again for your support, and I'll see you all later.